Hi guys, welcome back to Ferris Tutorials. In today's video, we're looking at CSEC Food, Nutrition and Health past paper questions for the exam year 2024. Are you ready? Let's go! Question 4. Now let us look at the general objectives. Now question 4 is normally from section 4 of your syllabus as well, which is entitled Food Science and Technology. Now on completion of this section, you should be able to understand the food production system of basic food commodities and the science behind the reaction of the components during processing and preparation to impact health. 2. Understand the principles of food preservation. 3. Understand chemical changes of basic food commodities on exposure to heat, right? So you should have learned all these concepts. Now let us look at question 4. For A, list 3 causes of food contamination and spoilage. 3 marks. Part BI, state one difference between perishable and non-perishable foods. 1 mark. Part B2, state one example of perishable food and one example of non-perishable food. 2 marks. Part C, Paul has an abundance of mangoes and was advised to preserve them using the sun. Outline 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of preserving the mangoes using the sun. 4 marks. Part DI, explain the different processes of heat transfer that occur during the boiling of potatoes. 2 marks. Part D2, suggest 2 suitable additives that may be used to enhance boiled potatoes, and that is worth 2 marks, right? Now let us look at the underpinning knowledge. Let us look at what you're really being tested on, right? So we have pulled 5 of these specific objectives from your syllabus based on the question structure. These are distinguish between perishable and non-perishable foods, discuss the importance of food preservation, explain the methods of preserving foods, outline the importance of food additives in manufactured foods, and also explain the principles of heat transfer in cooking food, right? Now, based on the question, you can see how the specific objectives are linked. All right, guys. Now let us look at the ideal responses. So the first one says, list 3 causes of food contamination and spoilage, and this is worth 3 marks, right? So the first point that we have here is microbial growth. So bacteria, molds, and yeast can multiply on food, causing spoilage and foodborne illnesses. Another cause could be poor storage conditions. So exposure to inappropriate temperatures, humidity, or light can accelerate spoilage. That means it can speed up the rate of the food going bad, right? Next point, cross-contamination. So this refers to contact between raw and cooked foods, dirty equipment, or unhygienic handling can introduce harmful microorganisms to the food, and all these factors, guys, can cause food to be contaminated and also spoiled. All right, next part, state one difference between perishable and non-perishable foods. 1 mark. Now, perishable foods spoil quickly and require refrigeration, while non-perishable foods have long shelf life and can be stored at room temperature. Next part, state one example of perishable food and one example of non-perishable food. 2 marks. So an example of perishable food is milk, and an example of non-perishable food there, guys, is rice. All right, moving right along, and as you can see there, we have some additional examples in the image All right, so non-perishable can be pasta, peas, anything that can be stored at room temperature, right? While fruits, bread, meat, dairy products, all of those are examples of perishable foods. All right, next part. Paul has an abundance of mangoes and was advised to preserve them using the sun. Outline 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of preserving the mangoes using the sun. And this question is worth 4 marks. Now, as it relates to the advantages, 1. Cost effective. No, sun drying does not require expensive equipment or electricity. Another advantage is a natural method. It uses renewable solar energy, making it environmentally friendly. Now, as it relates to the disadvantages, 1. It's weather dependent. Now, preservation is affected by cloudy or rainy weather, right? And 2, risk of contamination because exposure to dust, insects, and animals can spoil or contaminate the mangoes. Next part, explain the different processes of heat transfer that occur during the boiling of potatoes. 2 marks. So let us look at convection, right? Now, heat is transferred through the movement of hot water molecules circulating around the potatoes and cooking them evenly. And as it relates to conduction, heat moves directly from the hot water into the surface of the potatoes and then travels inward to cook the inside, right? That's an example of conduction. All right, moving right along. Suggest 2 suitable food additives that may be used to enhance boiled potatoes. And this is worth 2 marks. So salt enhances the natural flavor of the potatoes, and also garlic powder to add extra flavor and aroma to the potatoes as well. All right. Now there's one little thing I'd like you to do for me. Please head on over to my cooking channel, Tika's Kitchen. We're cooking up a storm over there, guys. Subscribe, share, and also comment as well. No, that is it for question 4, guys. The link will be down below in the comment section. I just want to wish you all the luck in your exams and see you in part 5.